Alright, people. While this Morgan Rodger situation is still fresh in everybody's brain, I decided to make a do a video and show my Arsenal brothers and sisters what go down really with the Morgan Rodger situation, just to see if we can help them feel better. Right? So, it's widely known that Morgan Rodgers is a player with Arsenal been linked to for the entire season. You know what I mean? It was almost like a finished job. You know what I mean? Everybody thought that, hey, guess what? It don't make no sense enter the race for Morgan Rodgers because Arsenal have him. And that's final. That's going to be the whole situation. Only to get up on here a David Austin bomber that guess what? Chelsea has hijacked the move and Chelsea is now going to sign Morgan Rodgers. Follow up with a tweet by Mr. Fabrizio Romano himself saying, here we go. Chelsea, Morgan Rodgers, here we go. I was sitting down and say, yo, what's going on? Why Arsenal allow Chelsea to hijack their move? And all of that situation, right? Only to understand that the fee was £117 million. £117 million for Morgan Rodgers. And I started analysing the situation and I started thinking about it. I remember when Arsenal was trying to buy Declan Rice. Well, it wasn't trying to buy Declan Rice. I remember when Arsenal bought Declan Rice. Manchester City, as I mentioned before, the oil company, was in the running for Declan Rice. I remember, right? And every time they bid, Arsenal bid. And Arsenal outbid them until they back away. Now the whole situation of this is Arsenal needed Declan Rice. Arsenal saw the value for money in Declan Rice and we went ahead and we break a British transfer record to bring Declan Rice to the Emirates Stadium. In this case, it was not so with Morgan Rodgers. Morgan Rodgers' fee is 117 million quid. You know what I mean? 117 mil. Right? That's ridiculous money. Everybody can understand that's ridiculous money for the likes of Morgan Rodgers. Not saying that Morgan Rodgers is not a fantastic player. Of course he's a fantastic player. Right? But there are certain things that we're analysing and we're looking into in this whole Morgan Rodgers situation. One, where is Morgan Rodgers going to play in Arsenal's squad? Right? He can't take out Eze out of the 10. He can't. You know what I mean? And my opinion, he can't take away Eze spot. So Odegaard, he can't move Odegaard from the 10 position and he can't take away Eze out of the starting level when it's time for Eze. Because Eze is just a better player to me. If you look at the England game, right? Eze was running that show. It was an Eze show. You know what I mean? Eze was on display, showing who he actually is. You know what I mean? So is a situation is, are you going to play Morgan Rodgers as a left winger over Ibrahim Eze? No, I don't see that. You know what I mean? I don't see that. So, there's certain aspect that we have to look into the whole situation. And people are saying that, okay, the board has let down Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta wanted Morgan Rodgers. Mikel Arteta needed Morgan Rodgers. It was his number one target. And the board has let him know. Of course, it was his number one target. Of course, he wanted Morgan Rodgers. But when you look at that price tag for Morgan Rodgers, 117 mil, it's not worth it. That's not a price tag that you're going to pay. Arsenal wanted to pay about 90 mil in that category for the Rodgers deal. But inflated market because of the Anderson deal, 116 mil, you know what I mean, has caused these clubs to want ridiculous money for their midfielders, right? I personally think Mikel Arteta pulled the plug on the Morgan Rodgers deal. And let me tell you why. $117 million for a player that we kind of have players like Morgan Rodgers already in Arsenal team. Vinny Jr. is quoted at $120 million. Now, if you can get Vinny Jr. for $120 million, why the hell am I going to buy Morgan Rodgers for $117? If I can get Barcola for $113 million, why the hell am I going to buy Morgan Rodgers for $117? These are better players in my opinion. Vinny Jr. is definitely a better player. One of the best left winger in the world right now. So if I can get Vinny Jr. at 120, why would I buy Morgan Rodgers again for 117? Make that make sense. I'm just saying, make it make sense for me. We need an elite left winger. We need a left winger that can take on people, beat people with speed, pace and skills. You know what I mean? Can cross a ball or can finish it by himself. That's what we're looking for. We're not saying that Morgan Rodgers is not good. We're saying that Morgan Rodgers is not yet, if he's ever going to be, I don't know, but he's not yet in that category of elite left winger that we're looking for. It is better if we buy Vinny Jr. We go out and break the bank for Vinny Jr. And we know what we're getting with Vinny. We know what we're getting with Vinny. You know what I mean? So the whole situation of Mikel Arteta is going to be mad and he only have 1 year left on his contract and the board let him down. No. No sensible club. No club with sense going to pay that ridiculous money for Morgan Rodgers unless you're a Chelsea or a Manchester City. And we don't have no sense. You know, unless you're a Chelsea or a Manchester City that play those ridiculous money for players that is not even worth nowhere near close to that. You know what I mean? Let me know. You know what I mean? Let me know. Am I making sense to y'all? It's a situation where him too expensive and the money where him a go cost, we can use it and actually bring in top talent. Talent we actually gonna make way more than defend with Premier League champion and more likely even put up a better fight at winning the Champions League that we haven't won. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the Morgan Rodgers deal, you know. That's my situation. I wish him all the best. You know what I mean? Go on with grace. You understand what I'm saying? Go with grace, sir. You know what I mean? Your price tag, make sure you can live up to it. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't worth that in my book. And Arsenal fans, Arsenal supporters, trust me, we are judgmental. You know what I mean? I would have crucified you. You get me? So, go on with grace. We wish you all the best. You know what I mean? As me say, me not have no problem with you going because you were never my top target for that left wing position. You know what I mean? It's only a pity that you went to Chelsea and them kind of get mouthy with the whole situation like them hijack a deal with Arsenal did that. You overpaid for a deal that Arsenal was doing and we walked away. That is okay. When Arsenal walk away from something, that means we're no longer interested. If we're interested in just like the Declan Rice situation, we stay at the table. Because we're a big club and we can defend what we want to defend. We can put our money where our mouth is. We can put our money where our mouth is because we are the champions of England. And we're going to show now. Want to stay tuned? Arsenal has something solid in store for we now. Arsenal has something solid in store for me. No, it's going to be fire. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think. Comment below. You know what I mean? And let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button. Yeah, do the like thing there too. And if y'all new watching this, just subscribe to the channel, man. We have a whole heap of content bringing out. But, yeah, that's my sense on the Morgan Rodgers situation. Arsenal walked away. And I think it was justified. Now, they just need to follow it up with a massive bomber to silence all the critics. Yes, I. Big up on the damn self. I'm out.